remember to like and subscribe. Welcome back to Sound of a Swish. Today, we're going to be diving into a research study all about free throws.
Yeah.
It's all about dissecting the mechanics of a perfect free throw
Interesting.
and also exploring a training tool that could help you sink more of those shots.
Cool.
It's called the Shotloc,
Okay.
and it's designed to improve hand positioning.
I see.
So get ready to unlock the secrets of free throw mastery with us today.
It really is amazing how much science and biomechanics goes into just
Yeah,
a simple shot.
absolutely.
Free throws can make or break a game, and this research breaks down the biomechanics
Totally.
in fascinating detail,
For sure.
revealing common errors that we make and the potential impact of this tool, this Shotloc tool.
Okay, so let's start with the fundamentals.
Sure.
Can you walk us through the mechanics of a perfect free throw? I'm really curious to see what this study reveals about the ideal technique.
Absolutely. The research breaks the free throw down into 4 key phases: stance, force production, release, and follow-through. Each phase has its own set of biomechanical elements that contribute to accuracy.
So it's like a symphony of movements all coming together.
Precisely. It's like a carefully choreographed dance.
Yeah.
It all starts with the stance, your foundation.
Yeah.
Proper alignment is crucial.
Uh-huh.
The study emphasizes having your shooting side foot slightly ahead,
Okay.
setting you up for a balanced and controlled shot.
Right, like a golfer lining up their putt.
Exactly.
It's all about that balance and alignment from the very start.
Exactly. Then comes the force production phase.
Okay.
It's a chain reaction of power
Okay.
that starts from your feet, surges through your legs and core, and culminates in a whiff-like snap of your wrist.
Ooh, I like that imagery a lot.
Yeah.
Speaking of the wrist, the study mentions that wrist flexion is super important for generating backspin.
Yeah.
It even compares it to cracking a whip.
That's a great analogy. You want to imagine rolling the ball off your fingertips, creating that perfect backspin? And the research actually calculated the ideal backspin rate.
Oh, wow.
3 revolutions per second.
3 revolutions per second. That's amazing.
Yeah.
What does that backspin do for the shot, though?
So it's all about stability and control.
Oh, okay.
That backspin creates a smoother flight path,
Uh-huh.
and it helps with a softer rebound off the backboard or rim,
Yeah.
increasing your chances of scoring.
So it's like it gives the ball a little bit of cushion
Exactly.
as it approaches the basket.
Precisely.
Interesting. So the backspin isn't just about style. It's a key element for accuracy.
Right.
Now, what about the release? I'm guessing that's where the optimal angle and the ball velocity all comes into play.
You got it. The research found that the ideal release angle falls between 50 and 55 degrees.
Okay.
You want that ball launching at about a 55-degree angle to give it the perfect arc to drop through the net.
Got it.
And your ball's upward velocity should be between 6 and 6.3 meters per second.
Those are some very specific numbers.
Yeah.
What happens if you're off even by just a little bit?
Even slight deviations can impact your accuracy.
Hmm.
The study analyzed data from elite college players
Wow.
and discovered that over 80% of them shot with a release angle lower than the optimal range.
Really?
It highlights that even experienced players can benefit from fine-tuning their technique.
It's amazing how small adjustments can make such a big difference in the outcome.
Sure.
Okay, so we've covered the stance, the force production, and the release.
Yes.
What about the final phase? The follow-through.
So the follow-through ensures a smooth and natural continuation of the motion after you release the ball.
Okay.
Your shooting arm should finish fully extended with your wrist flexed, palm facing down, almost like you're reaching for the cookie jar on the top shelf.
I love that.
It's about completing the motion with grace and control.
Yeah, it's like that finishing touch.
Exactly.
That final moment.
Yeah.
Where you're just letting everything flow naturally.
Right. Yeah. It's like a graceful finish to a powerful symphony of movements. But even with the perfect technique, there are common errors that can sabotage your shot.
Oh, I'm sure we've all been guilty of a few of those.
Oh, yeah.
What are some of the most common mistakes that players make?
Well, the study outlines 10 common errors,
Okay.
and some of them might surprise you.
Okay.
For example, poor alignment is a big one.
Okay.
You need to ensure your shooting side, hip, knee, shoulder, and elbow are all in line with the ball and the basket.
Right.
Any misalignment can throw off your shot's trajectory.
Yeah, I can definitely picture that. I've seen players who look a bit twisted up when they shoot. So it makes sense the alignment is crucial.
Absolutely. Another common error is the lack of backspin. We talked about how important that backspin is for stability.
Right.
If you have side spin or no spin, the ball's flight becomes unpredictable.
Yeah.
And you lose control of the rebound.
I remember a coach telling me to imagine like rolling the ball off your fingertips.
Yes.
Is that related to generating that ideal backspin?
Yes. That's a great way to visualize the correct wrist action.
Okay.
The study emphasizes the importance of a quick, snappy wrist flexion to create that rolling motion.
Got it.
It's like snapping your fingers, but with the ball in your hand.
Okay, so alignment and backspin are key.
Yeah.
What else should we be watching out for?
Shooting with a low arc is another common mistake.
Okay.
This often happens when there isn't enough power coming from your legs, core, and shoulder.
Yeah.
Remember, a higher arc means a greater margin for error
Right.
when the ball approaches the basket. It's like giving the ball a wider path to fall through the net.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I've noticed that players who shoot with a low arc, they often have to put more force into the shot, making it harder to control.
Exactly.
It's like they're trying to muscle the ball into the basket.
Exactly. A higher arc allows for a softer touch and more accuracy. It's about finesse, not brute force.
Right.
And speaking of touch, another common mistake is tension in the shooting arm.
Okay.
Remember how we talked about the follow-through being a smooth, relaxed finish?
Yes, like reaching for that cookie jar on the top shelf.
Right. Any unnecessary tension in your arm, wrist, or fingers can restrict your range of motion and affect your release.
I see.
It's like trying to play the piano with stiff fingers.
So it's all about finding that balance between power and relaxation.
Yeah.
It's like a Zen master shooting hoops.
That's a great way to put it. And don't forget about your non-shooting hand.
Right.
It can be a sneaky saboteur
Right.
if you're not careful.
In what way?
If your non-shooting hand is pronating or supinating at release,
Okay.
it can impart unwanted spin or move the ball off course.
Oh, so it's like having a secret agent working against you
Yes.
on your own team.
Exactly.
What other sneaky errors should we be aware of?
Well, sometimes players get a little too excited
Yeah.
and shoot the ball too hard.
Yeah.
This often happens when they're nervous or tired.
Right.
Instead of gently falling through the net, the ball slams against the back of the rim.
Oh, I've definitely been there. It's like you're trying to overpower the basket instead of letting the ball just flow naturally.
We've all been there. The key is to stay calm and focus on your technique, trusting the process.
For sure.
And another mistake that can throw off your balance is taking off at an angle.
Okay.
This means your jump isn't straight up and down,
Right.
causing you to land slightly forward or backward.
So it's like a mini travel violation in midair.
Pretty much. You want to land in the same spot you took off for maintaining a balanced and controlled jump. It's like a rocket launching straight up into the air.
I see.
And finally, being off balance at release can also sabotage your shot.
Okay.
This can be caused by leaning forward, backward, or sideways.
So basically it's all about maintaining balance and control throughout that entire free throw motion.
Yes.
It's like a graceful ballet dancer, but with a basketball in hand.
Exactly. Now let's shift gears and talk about the Shotloc, the training tool this study explored. Have you ever heard of it?
I have, but I'm not entirely sure how it works. Tell us more.
The Shotloc is a modified glove
Okay.
that fits over your fingers.
Got it.
It's designed to help you maintain the correct hand position on the ball, encouraging proper finger spread, and reducing contact with your palm.
So it's like having a built-in coach
Precisely.
for your hand, guiding you into that optimal shooting position.
Precisely. The study found that players who used the Shotloc significantly reduced palm-to-ball contact
Okay.
and showed a remarkable improvement
Oh,
in their free throw percentages.
that sounds promising. How much of an improvement did they see?
So the experimental group, the players who used the Shotloc, saw their free throw percentage jump from 62.2% to 68.8% after training.
Whoa, that's a pretty significant jump.
That's pretty substantial.
But is it a magic solution? Like if I just strap on a shot lock,
Right.
am I suddenly going to become a free throw sharpshooter?
It's not quite a magic bullet.
Okay.
While the Shotloc can be incredibly helpful,
Yeah,
it's important to remember it's a tool,
right.
not a miracle cure. Consistent practice, strength training, and mental focus are still crucial
Yeah.
for developing a reliable free throw.
So it's like any other skill. You can't just rely on a gadget.
Exactly.
You got to put in the work.
You have to put in the work. The Shotloc can help guide your hand positioning and improve your feel for the ball, but you still need to practice the entire motion, build strength, and develop the mental fortitude to perform under pressure.
Right. It's not going to do the work for you.
Right.
The study did mention that the shot lock might be especially beneficial for younger players
Yes.
or those just starting out in basketball.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a valid point.
Okay.
Since younger players haven't developed ingrained motor patterns yet,
Uh-huh.
the Shotloc can help them learn the correct technique from the start.
So it's like training wheels.
Yes, it's like giving them a head start.
For your free throw.
Yeah, on developing good habits.
Interesting. Okay, so speaking of training, what does this all mean for our listeners who want to improve their free throws? Where should they start?
First, evaluate your current technique. Are you making any of the common errors that we discussed?
Right.
If so, focus on correcting those mistakes.
Yeah.
Video recording yourself can be really helpful.
Yeah, that's a great tip.
Yeah, that's the
Of course, practice, practice, practice.
Absolutely.
I love that quote from Michael Jordan.
Yes.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. But it's not just about taking shots. It's about taking those shots with intention, with focus, working on your technique,
Exactly.
and building that muscle memory.
Couldn't agree more. And don't be afraid to experiment with different techniques and tools to find what works best for you. Every player is different, and what works for one person might not work for another.
This deep dive has really given me like a whole new appreciation for the complexity of the free throw.
It is complex.
It's like this fascinating blend of biomechanics practice and mental focus.
It is. It's like a science experiment. Athletic performance and a mind game all rolled into one.
Absolutely. And remember, even small improvements in your free throw percentage can make a huge difference in the game. Those extra points can be the difference between winning and losing.
So true.
Well, this has been an incredibly insightful journey into the world of free throws.
It has been fun.
I want to leave our listeners with a final thought before we wrap up.
Okay.
This research focused on the mechanics of the shot.
Yes.
And the effectiveness of the shot lock.
Right.
But what about the psychological aspect? How can players develop that mental toughness to sink those crucial free throws when the game is on the line?
Mm-hmm.
That's something to ponder. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for joining us on Sound of a Swish. We'll catch you in the next episode.